Yeah, I mean, there have been obviously many changes over the last several years, and quite a bit of evolution, particularly in the last couple of years with demonetization in India, as well as the COVID environment. It really has propelled some of the digital aspects of the payments market. You see technology revolutions and ongoing digital and technology revolutions with smartphone and cheap data availability like Geo. I get notifications from Geo all the time.
Right.
Somehow they have my contact information, so that's quite interesting. The payment space has witnessed the entry of many different non-bank institutions like
Hmm.
Pay, or Paytm or PhonePay. And consumers, like everywhere else in the world, are requiring more things to be done instantaneously. They want the feel of the instantaneous and the one-touch type of payments. So certainly that's having an impact. And then, I don't think we've seen the end of the regulatory evolution in terms of the regulatory landscape. With digital KYC, we see that in different parts of our business in different countries. The Aadhaar-based payments initiatives, and then just overall P2P lending. So lots of changes, I would say, in the last few years. Yeah, the sandbox program, it's a great name, really, because that's exactly what it is. It allows companies to play around a little bit and introduce new products and services in a more fast cycle within the guidelines that have been set. So it's a great way to actually encourage faster technology development and faster payments types of opportunities. And we really would like to. We've done a number of different things in different markets around the world. As I mentioned, we've also had the ability to do electronic KYC, know your customer, in different parts of the world. And so in this COVID environment, various countries have allowed us to extend how we actually evaluate who the customer is. And we would look to do the same kinds of things in the Indian market. We have the concept of digital locations where it means different things in different markets, but typically digital location is really assisting customers in doing a money transfer or receiving money that may not be able to get to a physical location or may have more difficulty in doing. We've also launched home delivery as a way to get money to customers. So just being able to test and learn from these kinds of products and services is a great way to participate in this sandbox program, and we look to leverage that more in the coming months and years. Yeah, I mean the coronavirus and COVID, issue that the entire world is dealing with. Hopefully, we will never have to deal with this again. Hopefully, it's another 100 years from now that the world has to deal with this thing. So it's something that clearly was not anticipated by any part of the world. We've never had to deal with a global pandemic. But I would say that every country is finding its way through this environment. It's challenging from a business standpoint. We had seen the impact in our own business earlier on, particularly in late March and early April. And India as a country is also dealing with this just like other countries. I'm based in the US, and we certainly have had to deal with this here too. Certainly in this environment, there will be some extreme disruptions in business. There will be businesses that are not able to sustain themselves. There will be liquidity issues. I think it really teaches all of us a lesson that, the business continuity planning and making sure that we all think of the most extreme scenarios and plan our businesses that way becomes even more important. The financial sector, it's very important that the financial sector thinks about liquidity and making sure that the business can sustain itself. In this environment, it's less about how much are you growing, and it's more about are you going to come out of this situation as a healthy company or a healthy country. And I know that the Reserve Bank and the government of India have introduced many different economic measures to stimulate the economy and to give money to individuals and to businesses. And that's really the formula that you have to have in this environment. The U.S. and other countries have done the same thing. Ultimately, eventually, the virus issue itself will go away, or we'll find some cures for it, or we'll find some immunization opportunities there, and then eventually the economic part of it will recover. But it's going to be painful in the short term, and no one should say otherwise. It certainly is going to be painful in the short term, but long term, I believe that India will become a growth engine again, very healthy market to be operating in.